Eastern PA Weather 30 Meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for the weekend, August 27th and 28th, 2016. For your Saturday and pretty much Sunday, too, we're going to have high pressure and control of the area. This is going to lead to a mostly sunny day on both days and clear nights both days. So no precipitation this weekend. It will remain hot, though, because we do have a pretty strong ridge that's set up over the eastern and mid-Atlantic states here. So we will have warm temperatures, but I don't think the humidity is going to be that bad, and I'll get into that in a second. As we move a little bit forward, here's a look at Saturday evening. No convection or anything, and no showers of any kind in our area with high pressure and control still, and that lasts into Sunday. There will be a trough axis to our west here, but that is going to be dying out quite considerably, so we're not expecting that to get anywhere in our coverage area. We'll watch the northwestern areas here for maybe going partly cloudy later on Sunday, but elsewhere we're still mostly sunny with this high pressure influence over the area. Here's a look at temperatures this weekend, and whatever you have on Saturday for a high, you can expect the same exact temperature, or within a degree or two of that, between now and all the way through Wednesday of next week. So it's not going to change at all. This is what you're looking like for high temperatures every single day. So if it's 88 today, expect 88 straight through Wednesday. If you are hitting 90, expect to challenge the 90-degree mark every single day through Wednesday, and so on. But at the same time, the humidity is not going to be that bad. This is what we're looking at for humidity today. We did have a weak cold front that came through yesterday, so we had lowering humidity from northwest to southeast during the day. But this really isn't too bad, except you get down here in the extreme southern areas where you got in the upper 60s to near 70. But the interior is definitely going to be cooler. It's going to feel drier, much like it did after that front moved through in the afternoon yesterday. So we're still looking at comfortable dew points, and that will hold straight into Monday. As a matter of, or excuse, this is Sunday, but the front to the west here is going to increase dew points, but that's out of our coverage area here. I'm going to have to again watch by State College and up to Williamsport. That is part of our coverage area, so we'll have to watch for any increased maybe some convection runs into this area later in the day on Sunday, but right now we don't want to keep those chances. We want to keep those chances relatively low. Elsewhere, it's going to be mostly sunny the entire day. Once we get into Monday, got that boundary coming through, it's going to dissipate. So you're not going to get any storms with it. Maybe a very isolated chance. So you get a temporary increase in dew points just with that weak front coming through. As soon as that passes, though, up here, all this is coming through, and that's going to be right back down with the dew points again. And here's a look at Tuesday. You can see that. But then another front coming on Wednesday will raise dew points considerably for the entire region, and that's going to be a hot day as well. So the hottest day of this period will feel like that'll feel the worst will be most likely Monday, and then even more so on Wednesday, even though the air temperatures are going to be pretty much the same the whole time. As we get into the global models going past us, here's that front I was talking about. Now watch, it's just going to kind of fall apart as it moves through. So we're not left with anything here except an isolated shower, very isolated chance of a shower or thunderstorm. You can see very much dissipated as it falls through here, through the coverage area. So don't expect too much. I'll say less than 20% of the area sees anything. And then when we get into Tuesday, the isolated chance for showers and thunderstorms moves further south. So again, we're not expecting anything this time frame as a general rule. Some areas will, and that's less than 1/5 of the area, will get into an isolated shower or storm Monday, most likely. If any day that it was occur, the actual cold front that's going to be pushing through here on Wednesday will be accompanied by scattered showers and thunderstorms, we think. And here's that cold front sparking those scattered showers and thunderstorms here on later in the afternoon and evening on Wednesday. This frontal boundary is going to bring in a cooler change. We'll finally get a break from the heat, and we'll go back down to near normal temperature for this time of year. This is not an Arctic blast by any means, but it will get temperatures back to near normal for a couple of days, maybe 3 days or 4, going into at least the first half of the holiday weekend, and then we start to moderate and increase those temperatures as we head into the latter part of the holiday weekend. It does look like right now, does look like it's a dry weekend. We will be watching, though, closely what happens with this Invest 99L that's down in the Bahamas right now. Right now, a very ragged system. Here's your center of circulation. It has now jumped, looks like, up to the northwest. So this is your new center of circulation. But you don't see any convection around here. In order to have a tropical cyclone, you need this to be closed off and have these convection firing around the center, and it's not happening. It's all being sheared. You can clearly see that because all of this out here is where the convection is. That's being blown off the top of the circulation, which is right about here to the east and southeast of it. So that means you have a strong westerly component of wind shear that's not allowing this thing to develop right now. So until that does, and it should be coming into a more favorable environment shortly, but until that does, you're really not going to see any change with 99L, especially over the weekend. Once it gets to Florida, of course, this is Cuba down here. These are the Bahama Islands right here, and off the map to the west here, just to the west, is where Florida is. So it should head through maybe the Florida Straits in between Cuba and Florida, possibly reemerge in the Gulf of Mexico. We'll watch this early next week, but again, anything right now between now and Monday is really just a guess, because we need to see what happens with this system, and if it continues to fall or gets sheared apart into nothing at all, which is what some models are suggesting. But if it does survive enough and intact enough that it can redevelop in the Gulf of Mexico, it could become a formidable tropical storm or even a hurricane. So we are going to keep an eye on that, and that would impact, it could impact our weather down the road if it does become a hurricane and lands in the right spot, a second landfall in the northern Gulf. So we don't want to dismiss that entirely yet, but the chances are probably are pretty slim. We just want to mention that that is a possibility. We don't want to say next weekend, Labor Day weekend, is perfectly okay, and then something dramatically changes and everybody wants to kill me. So for right now, we'll just say chances are very low. Just continue to monitor the local forecast that we have. Our next forecast video scheduled for Monday, we'll have a better update on this. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for August 27th and 28th, 2016. Have a great weekend.